Oh, I didn't realize the music was still on. All right, before we start, let me reset the signal. I'm not even going to try it. Hold on. All right, I'm back. How are you guys doing? Testing. How is the audio? I just automatically reset it because of what's been going on with it. Let me know how everything is going in the audio portion. I know that you can see me. How can you, how do I sound? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3, testing. Bow down to a team that's better than you. Let me know how the chat is, how the audio is. Good audio. Thank you, SG. So let's get right into it. It's Victory Monday. The Seahawks fell to Sean McVay again, and that's nothing new. It doesn't matter which Rams coach. I guess even in the Jeff Fisher era, the Rams just have their number, and I love it that way. So the Rams are in second place. They've won 3 straight, even though this game didn't go like we wanted it to, but we got the W. And if you remember, we were struggling to get one victory. And so that's one thing that has changed. Also, too, we're starting to get calls now, and we're starting to get the benefit of the doubt now. That's what happens when the luck is changing. So also, too, I want to just let you guys know that Havenstein is out. We'll get more into that. But we are getting 2 starters back in Jonah Jackson and Steve Avila. They're able to practice, and we'll go from there. But so that's positive news. But we're not going to have all of our guys together. Oh boy! But it is what it is, man. All the teams have injuries, but the main thing is we were able to get a win. Puka Nacua got kicked out of the game for throwing like a half-hearted punt because he's not that kind of player, and so they had to use the rule of law in the NFL, and they threw him out. But the benefit is we were able to get the win. Cooper Kupp came out unscathed, and Puka Nacua basically got some rest, and we got the W. We didn't mean it to happen that way, but it is what it is, man. So let's get right into it. Into the chat. Thank you guys for coming in today on Monday. Thank you guys so much. One day before election day. One day before election day, man. The madness, which is politics. It's like a WWE match. And I hate politics. You know, whenever you're elected, you should just try to help everybody. Everybody needs help, and I hate politics. But anyway, let's forget about that, and let's get into the chat. Thank you guys for joining me. Let's see. SoCal Sports Junkie, yo, how you doing, man? He says, bang, bang, Weiner gang. There's my guy, Willie Bowen. LA Rams are phenomenal. Yes, indeed. My guy, Willie Bowen. Hope everything is going well with you, man. Appreciate you, my brother. And the Rams got the win. And yes, it was a phenomenal win. Matthew Stafford is a phenomenal quarterback. What happened to all the Rams are going to be sellers at the trade deadline? Yeah, remember I was telling them, shut up. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. And here we are. The Rams might be buyers at the trade deadline. Now, my dream, literally, I'd need a cigarette if we were to do this. If we were to get Max Crosby. I'm like, whoa. Give me some free time. No, I'm just kidding, but I would be happy, man. Max Crosby with these guys, and not that we need him, but you could always use a Max Crosby. These young guys are doing what they're supposed to, and it's amazing. It's amazing. But props to my guy Willie Bowen, OG Willie Bowen, One Kelly Realm. What is up, me Ramili? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you. Oops, let me highlight your comment. SoCal Sports Junkie says Stafford my GOAT. Yes, indeed, man. The guy is just amazing, man. You know, he's a gunslinger. You know, he feels he can fit the ball in, and guys are in his face, and sometimes you rush the pass. But hey, it is what it is, man. Ask John Elway, ask Joe Montana. They threw picks too when I wouldn't call Joe Montana a gunslinger, but He did throw some picks. Matter of fact, in 1988, when the Rams needed a win to get to the playoffs, he threw 3 of them, I believe it was. And the Rams whipped their ass 31-17, something like that. I know firsthand. Yes, indeed. Willie Bone says, hello, Rudy and Ramulators. Yes, indeed, baby. The Ramulators have been mounting up on the defensive end. The Ramulators, they've been getting after the quarterbacks, man. They've been doing their thing. As we said, as soon as we get our guys back, the secondary's better. Witherspoon got a bad call the last time. Cam Curl, the secondary's doing great. Hold on, I'm sorry, I'm watching my dogs over there. Get out of there, Dottie. That's my little one over there. 100-yard return. Cam Kitchens and the crew, and I saw one of you guys said, I don't remember who it was in the chat, that Kobe Durant got benched, but no, he played the whole game. I went back and looked at it because I wasn't necessarily looking for him, and I didn't notice it. I'm kind of looking at different things, but no, he played into the fourth quarter, Kobe Durant. But yes, indeed, Darius Williams has been a big cog in our machine in the secondary. The return of him. Rocky New Era says, let's go Dolphins. Shock 42 says, what's up, Rudy? Nice shirt. Appreciate you, man. This is an old shirt. Todd Gurley. I don't know if let me show you the back. Todd Gurley, TG3. And it's funny because these are those shirts that you, as you get into the stadium, they don't have these shirts at SoFi. They're like, yeah, how much is that shirt over there? It's got Rams on it. Just a helmet or just the logo across. Oh, $34.99. What? Hey, brother, how much is that? A guy's walking in the parking lot at the pink tailgating, double-sided. Oh, $25. I'll take it. Oh, man. Thank you guys for the audio good. Thank you. Hammer time 0131. Rudy, love our defense. Let's go Rams. Yes, baby. They were getting after it, man. At one point, I tweeted, that old meme of the guy from Rocky, Apollo's trainer. He's like, just throwing the damn towel. I was like, Seattle offense be like, throw in the damn towel because they couldn't keep our guys out, man. It reminded me of the NFC Championship game against the Niners. That's what it reminded me of, the last 10 minutes. Yes, she says, any trade rumors? I haven't heard nothing on the Ram side. Just some stuff that we ourselves as content creators throw out there that we would like, maybe a linebacker. My guy Jake was saying something about a defensive back. I think it was Omar Spites made a big play too. I wish I found that video. He made a big play in there. He's in there at times, not enough in my estimation. But I would love Max Crosby, man. I would love Max Crosby, and I know that's asking a lot, but can you imagine? But I would love for us to get a starting middle linebacker or linebacker to help us. Aziz Al-Shaair from the Niners that left the Niners. I know they always get our players and we make fun of them, but he can help us in the linebacking core. That would be neat to have him. How about a Jimmy Ward to help us in the safety department? We have Quentin Lake and all the guys doing good, and but stuff like that. 1-year rentals. Hammer Time says Puka's going to be extra 150 yards against the Finns. It's going to be amazing, man. It's going to be amazing. SoCal says Dan Orlovsky said the Rams can win it all if healthy. Yeah, I saw that, and I was going to retweet it. I didn't see it. I was off today, and I was out doing things. I was going to get on my guy Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp, Unk, because they were saying I don't see it. What do you mean? Shannon Sharp kept bringing up, and Stephen A. just piggybacked him on the comment that I don't see them beating the Detroit Lions. And then Dan Orlovsky's like, what are you talking about? They lost it. Yeah, but they lost. Yes, but they didn't have Puka Nacua, fool. I mean, come on, Unk. I wish I was sitting between. Hold on. Stephen A., I'll get back to you. Shannon Sharp, Unc, let me ask you a question. The Rams took Detroit Lions at Detroit in overtime. Didn't have, well, excuse me, they had Puka Nacua for not even half of the game. Sorry. They didn't have Puka Nacua for most of the game. They didn't have their left tackle, brother. Okay, and they took him to overtime at Detroit. Now, you said he made a comment like, well, they beat him again in the playoffs. Yes, they were at Detroit, okay, and the Rams couldn't score in the red zone, okay, but now they have a better offensive line than they did last year, and they didn't call that holding penalty, and the Rams lost by 1 point. So the Lions don't have Hutchinson anymore. Okay. Yes, the Rams don't have Aaron Donald, but you can see this young defense is getting after it. This young defense took Detroit to overtime, and they had Hutchinson at that time. So how do you not see that the Rams can beat them? And then he talked about the Niners. That the Niners, they have to beat the Niners. Well, when we play the Niners December 12th, and I know the teams have been banged up, and the Rams win, it'll be the third straight time. Get out of here, man. Who do you trust, Brock Purdy or Matthew Stafford? Who do you trust in a big game? Kyle Shanahan or Sean McVay? Or the Lions coach or Sean McVay? Oh, boy. Jared Goff or Matthew Stafford? I mean, they have beat us the last couple times, but it hasn't been like they beat us by 10 or a touchdown. Get out of here. 319 says defensive backs still need to work, give up too many big plays. Yeah, and I heard the comment creator, that's a great comment, that and also too, guys, be disciplined. I know you want to get after Geno, but we kept going off sides, and then I heard the commentator say the Rams defensive backs keep stopping when there's a flag thrown. And so I didn't see that, but I don't have the all 22, or see it from, they're up top watching it. That's stupid, man. That's what are you doing? You know better than that, not to stop. You play until you don't know who the flag's going to be on. But yeah, they were giving up some big plays to Geno, but also too, Geno Smith made some Stafford-esque throws. I was like, what? Now Geno Smith is still horrible. Don't get me wrong, because he's horrible at the wrong time, but he's an athlete. He can move around. He's got a decent arm, and he's accurate at times, but he makes stupid decisions at the horrible time. And then they kept hiking the ball behind him. We should have won that game going away, man, honestly. Cool Bro says, hey, Ramita, how you doing, brother? Appreciate you coming in. Willie Bones says, LA Rams defense must prevent opposing teams from getting the lead and score. I hate how we kept having the ball, and we kept having to rely on the defense to get another stop. We had the ball, we give it up. We had the ball, and this is at the end of the game. We give it up. That's why they came back. And then I hate that we won 3 games, but we still can nitpick. This can bite you in the butt when you have the ball and you can't get a couple of first downs in a row. Don't have to go. You're on the road and it's a tough environment. I understand that, but that's why you have Matthew Stafford as your quarterback. That's why you have Cooper Kupp as your wide receiver. If you have to do a natural screen, have a guy stand in the way, and Cooper Kupp, that guy screens off naturally, so they don't call it naturally, quote unquote, Cooper Kupp's guy, because he has sure hands, and there's a first down. There's a lot of things that you can scheme to get him open. Why do you think Mahomes and their tight end is so amazing at those plays? Because Andy Reid schemes it to get him open. It's not like he has amazing speed for a tight end, but that's the thing that gives me that I don't like. We keep giving the teams the Raider game. We couldn't put them away. We kept giving them the ball back. And so, but we'll get better with that. Soulcast says Dolphins game won't be easy. They played well against the Bills. Yep. We just got to come out and do our thing. That's all. Cooper says that 103-yard TD from Kitchens was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It was amazing. And usually when they're in the end zone like that, sometimes they down it and just, and just do and get a, at the what is it, 20-yard line now, or 35-yard line. I think now it's 35. I'm not sure where they would spot that, but they just go to the other side after you intercept in the end zone. Yes, indeed. So okay, says Parkinson got benched. Man, listen, I like Parkinson. We can offer. They had Davis Allen in there, but I was like, turn around, dude. He's like sideways trying to turn around. Give Matthew Stafford a target. Carve yourself some space. That's something that and Parkinson, I had a problem with him being physical. When Carson says fearsome 2024 some. That's right. JB was saying, was it JB? Fearsome 22. I can't even say it. Fearsome 2024 some. Yes, indeed. I couldn't get it out. Spit it out, Rudy. Spit it out. So Cass says we should trade for a tight end. Higbee, baby, coming back around the corner. Yeah, she says, yeah, Rudy, you're right. I meant to say Kobe Parkinson. Kobe. Did I say Kobe? I might have said Kobe myself. At work, man, I'm bad with names. I'll be like, hey, bro, hey, chief, hey, brother. Even my daughters, they're older now. Hey, you know your name. Get over here. But funny, football players, with the numbers on our team, a lot of times, I'll harken back. Like whenever I see number 39, I know it's Steven Jackson's number 2, but I'm like, Robert Dalpino with the hell of a play. And I'm messing around just because it's funny. It's a totally different position, but it's just funny hearing the old names being called out. SoCal Ram says, Rams offense would be really hard to defend, but they never had a real tight end. Yeah. Higbee for what he was, I was really surprised too. And don't get me wrong, Higbee, I like what he offers. He's one of the top tight ends. I would say like top 12-ish. For what he does, he just always seems to get hurt. This last time it wasn't his fault with the Lions game, but yeah, man. We had like an athletic big man. We tried. We had like Everett for a little while, and he didn't really do too much, but he was really athletic, the tight end, and we harken way back. Damone Johnson, big David Hill, Houlihan was one of the great tight ends. We only had him for a little while in the late 80s. Great comment. Alex says, our old friends Ramsey and OBJ return to LA. That's amazing. Is OBJ still even playing? I thought he was hurt. Willie Bones says, SoCal LA Rams have Tyler Higbee, Hunter Long, Davis Allen, and Kobe Parkinson at tight end. Yeah, we tried to put in poor Hunter Long in there a few times. I didn't see him in this game, but he just has it. The guy that we got for Ramsey kind of try to like make it like, oh, well, we did get something for Ramsey after all. It's like, no, we didn't. He's all right. So Scott Sports says, we are the 9th seed in the NFC West now since the Bucs lost today. Yeah, so the Kansas City Chiefs roll on, and I heard they might be in the market for trying to get Cheetah back. Let's say the Rams beat the Dolphins, but the trade deadline will be over, right? So yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I didn't read the story, but yeah, 30-24. I didn't see the game, but it was an overtime too. That's amazing because Tampa Bay supposedly didn't have any receivers because they're all hurt. I didn't see the game. I'm going to have to watch the highlights. I was out doing stuff and I already started putting in my Christmas stuff because I couldn't find any Thanksgiving stuff. Let's see. So Cal says, Parkinson got benched towards the end of the game. Yep, do what you have to do, man. Do what you have to do. SoCal says those guys aren't threats. Yeah, they're just like guys. Yep. She says the Browns have a lot of good players on the defensive line other than Myles Garrett. Yeah, I love Myles Garrett. I wonder, this is going to be very interesting because I saw that the Lions might trade for an edge rusher because Hutchinson is gone. But yeah, there's no information about Higbee. I just saw that he was starting to work out. Soka says, isn't good at blocking or catching. Davis Allen doesn't get playing time because he doesn't block, and that's good because he's good that's too bad because he's good at catching. He can catch. He's an athletic guy, a little skinny on the light side. Hi, baby. Oh, I see you too. And but he doesn't block, as good as a Higbee. Cool Bro says I don't think Puka should have gotten ejected in the game though, since the Seahawks player pushed him. Yeah, they always catch the second guy. Let's get into it. Let's get into a clip real quick. Appreciate you guys coming in today on Victory Monday. Second place in the NFC West. The Niners are looking up at us. Here we go. Our guy Sean McVay.
The city. Have you had a chance to talk to Dave Roberts yet?
I have. Yeah, Dave's great. I was really happy for Dave, and more impressed with just the consistency at which he's led over time. Talked to him a little bit before the World Series, and then got a chance to talk to him right before they had their parade. So Dave's awesome. I look up to Dave. We try to mimic and emulate a lot of the ways that he goes about it, and that's it's a pretty cool little deal. That being able to lead the way and manage those guys, and you can see the love and respect that they all have for one another and the way they've navigated through it. Congrats to the Dodgers and Dave Roberts. He knows what a fan of his I am.
They're good friends, managers of the two Los Angeles teams, and that Dave Roberts like, I got two. It's your turn. And everybody's like, yeah. So, but it was an amazing parade, man. And like I said before, the Dodger parade, there's nothing like it in sports because you have San Francisco 49er and Raider fans in the parade screaming Dodgers. You don't see that in sports, man. There's people from all over everywhere. I understand that, but just the LA Dodgers thing with the San Francisco 49ers from SoCal, they come to go ahead, baby, go with mama or grandma's bathroom. My granddaughter's going to go to the restroom. And so that's why you're going to have a sea of people anyway, because the Dodgers are they never left LA. They came to LA and stayed, and they have a huge following. And besides that, you have Raider fans, you have Niner fans in there with regular Dodger fans that are also LA fans. And so it's just amazing to see of people. And but yeah, I'm so happy and elated that my Dodgers won. They did it for Fernando. Willie Bond says Tyler Higbee is SoCal when he comes off the injured list. Yes, indeed, baby. So, because Rudy, they also didn't have the right tackle for that. Yeah, that's just my point, that the Rams weren't at full strength, and they beat us twice, but it's not like they beat us like a drum. And one of them we could have, if they would have did, and I hate to blame it on the refs, but if they would have called that holding penalty, which they did on Puka's jersey, we have the ball right there in field goal range. We probably eliminate the Lions. ESG says Shannon Sharp gets run down from Ocho Cinco. He was on the Rams nuts too for the Super Bowl, though. That was kind of cool. He was wearing OBJ's jersey. But sometimes guys just say stuff as a podcast, because they have a podcast, they're just talking out of their butt. She says they said we beat the 49ers because they didn't have CMC. Well, we didn't have a lot of our players yet. They failed to mention that. Yeah, CMC wouldn't have made. Listen, CMC. Give them all their players and give us all their players. I mean, CMC is broken down right now, and I hope he's going to be okay, but my heart bleeds for him and whatever. They were talking the same stuff before. Remember when the Rams in 2017 won the division and Jimmy Garoppolo was their starting quarterback, had won 4 games in a row at that time. That we sat all of our starters and they beat us, and they were all happy and giddy, the Niner fans. We're like, yeah, but we didn't play nobody. He wasn't just one player. SoCal Sports Junkie says no one is scared of the Niners this year. Bucks beating them next week for sure. Purdy is an awful QB. Brock Purdy, he's what I said he is. He's a good quarterback, and it makes it much more maximized because he's cheap. And he was a 7th round pick. He's on a loaded football team, and it's not his fault. And he has a great offensive mind in Kyle Shanahan. But when he plays teams on their schedule, usually the Niners are way better. And that's when he shines. He does, he's got athletic ability. He scrambles. But when they play teams with a good pass rush and a good defense, he doesn't show you anything extra. He's competitive. Yes, he's competitive. Like Grant Cohn was saying, that he's elite at trying to be competitive. Like he doesn't try and back down. But the skill set's just not there to overcome guys being out. He can't carry a team. And he's young, so it's unfair to compare him to a Matthew Stafford, who's a Hall of Fame quarterback, an elite quarterback, but he's good at what he's supposed to be. That's all. But I love for them. I give him $70 million, Niners. Willie Bourne says LA Rams have beaten the Detroit Lions before. They can do it again. For sure, Willie. Yeah, we all seen those games. The Rams were like, they were right there to beat them. Both games were in Detroit, by the way. Yeah, she said the only team that media thinks exists in the West is the Niners. Yeah. And so because they've gone to so many NFC championship games, but isn't it amazing that you don't see the media calling for Kyle Shanahan's head? Like, is this the time that he breaks through? Is it Super Bowl or bust for these injured Niners? Is he on the hot seat? Sean McVay was getting that all over the place. Cooper says, anyways, Remy, I'm going to bed. May the force be with you and go Rams. Yes, indeed, with you too, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming in. One Color Rams says, cool, all the trolls must have a bye. I tweeted Rombo. I tweeted Rombo, the Niners content creator, and we go back and forth. And I was like, "You're looking up at us again," basically. Oh, I love it. Jock 42 says, I think David Sanders is still dealing with the back injury. Tight end plays, needs to improve big time. It's banged up. My guy G's Nuts says, defensive front looked amazing, but we can't be giving up those big plays. Yeah, that's so horrible. There's a flag on this play. Touchdown. I mean, I can go out there and get toasted by a guy. Come on, man. At least be in the picture. The offense sputtered until late in the game. We can't play like that against the Dolphins. No, for sure. We got to put up sevens. And yes, great comment. SoCast Sports Junkie says, imagine if the Rams landed Brock Bowers, though that means we wouldn't have. But yeah, I'd rather have Verse, man, honestly. But yeah, you're exactly right. We there was information out there that we were going to go after him. Let's see. Let's get into. Here we go. Let's see what this clip is. Speaking of Verse, that's that dog in you. Here we go.
Snap back. Geno Smith hits his back foot. He has to leave the pocket. Throws to the end zone. Intercepted. Intercepted and brought out. 10, 20, down the right sideline. Cut it inside midfield. It's Cam Kitchens all the way back with a flag down. 10-5. Touchdown LA for a go-ahead score. End zone to end zone. It's 19-13 Rams. And once again, they've done it on defense. For the fourth game in a row, Chris Shula's group scores on D.
And you know, when they said a flag, I was like, no. I was like, no. But yeah, so the and honestly too, the Dolphins, Tua, he doesn't scare us. We're gonna play G12's team, the Dolphins, but they're 2-6, and we got to get this win, man. We got to get to 5-4 for sure. When Kylie Rum says, brother, any gear? It's coming. It's coming. Actually, it would have been here by now. And I know I keep saying that, but honestly, I had some stuff come up, and I gotta get on it now. I want to have it come up before it gets too late in the season. It's already getting up there. But thank you for keeping asking, man. For sure that I want to bring it out. For sure, I want to have it on for a live and show you. Check this out. The store is open. Yeah, she says, would I remember that most about Steven Jackson is actually that he looked like a ram, like he looked like the animal. He looked like a ram, the animal. He was a beast, man. He looked like he was built, with the dreads and stuff, and like a ram predator. That's what he reminded me of. So, because Higbee gets hurt because he mostly Higsby gets hurt because they just mostly for a 6 offensive lineman. They use him for a 6 offensive lineman. Yeah, he does block, but I'm talking about even when he runs and he gets banged up, like he'll get up limping. Willie Ball says Henry Childs and Hank Barber were LA Rams tight ends. That's right, Hank. I think I remember Barber from back in the day, or his name being brought up, Mike Barber. Yeah, I got you, Willie. When you said that, I was thinking, I think it was Mike. Barber, that name. She says, I think the Lions are trading for Smith from the Browns defensive line. Yeah, they're going to get somebody. They need to. Chuck 42 says, go Doyers. Yes, indeed, baby. The World Series champions. Defense says, man, Geno Smith had 363 yards in the air. That can't happen. Yeah, and most of that came that little young dude. What's his name? Here, let me see. I can't say his name. Hold on. Little young dude with a baby face was all over the place, man. We're like Tutu Atwell. You see this guy? That's what we need you to do, bro. Where's he at? Jackson Smith Nigba. This dude, man, come on now. Really? Just smack this dude. What? You look at him, a little baby face, and he's talking smack. Man, come on now. Lock him down. SoCal says all Raider fans in LA should just switch over to the Rams. I told you guys that one of the Dodger games, my granddaughter was having a birthday party at a pizza place, and there was some. This one guy had they have the Dodger color hat with the Raider emblem on it, and I go, oh really? And they had Dodger jersey, and they're watching the Dodgers, and I go, man, and then 49er fans and Raider Dodger fans need to go sit in the restroom. I gotta be careful, man. She says, I heard that stat that the Rams had 20 penalties and Seattle had 12. Yeah, the referees were horrible on both sides. Jake Elvogan says he would trade for a good tight end. He said that he will make more of a difference than getting a defensive piece. It depends who the tight end is. I mean, it's not like, are we going to trade for a guy? I mean, I know that we wouldn't do that, trade for a guy that like we have already like talent, but who's out there? Like a good tight end. Let's make a difference though. I would rather have, if you give me my choice, would be a lockdown corner or a linebacker. Like I said, Alziz Shire. They used to be on the 49ers, man. Athletic linebacker that knows what he's doing. Has been in big games. That would help us immensely, man. It's like trying to have a slam dunk contest with the two Billy Hoes and linebacker. No speed and athleticism until Omar comes in. They have will and they have want, but they don't have the athleticism. Brian Smith says EJ was a non-factor. Yeah, man, it was great. Imagine he was chopping at the bit too. He made one good play in there. Naxium says it was very odd for me to see Ernest Jones. He looked fit. He looked thin. And maybe it's the uniform. Not that he was a big guy, but he looked real thin. Hammer Time says, I'd like to see Nikola Kalanick tied in from the practice squad again. Yeah, there you go. I don't know who we would trade for that's available that's really good to make a big difference, you know. And Naxium says, I'm glad Rams are in the postseason conversation. Puka Nakua, I was surprised to see him lose his cool. He says to be what happened was, say I'm Puka. They're fighting, blah, blah, and the guy pushed him, and he's like, what? And he kind of like, you know how you just react like this, kind of like this, like push his head back, and he got called for it. The guy was right there. He can't do that, he's not that kind of player. He's a great dude. He's a great dude. All right, let's get into this clip here.
It's Charles Cross, one of their best offensive linemen. They bring Zach Charbonnet to go over there and help as well. He gets by.
The defense, man, that's why we won the game besides Stafford's brilliance, man, is that defense, baby. That defense.
Those players to get the sack. Man, that is final.
This clip of Matthew Stafford real quick. Hold on.
First and goal from the 6.
Hold on. This one.
It's Charles Cross, one of their best offensive linemen. They
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? This one.
Those players
That's
to
after,
get the sack. Man,
that was after he threw the ball. You know, like when you do a 3-pointer and swish and you kind of keep your hand down like this. He threw it and he's all oh, Matthew Stafford, man. That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback. Yeah, ESG says Jake had a tight end in mind. I just forgot the name, but it's from it's one of the 2 or 6 teams. I just don't know who would be that much of a difference maker. And I know that if somebody's on a team that's okay, that's pretty good, not really a star, Matthew Stafford will make a difference because we have our quarterback. So I understand that. But yeah, I mean, anything that would help would be fine. Yes, indeed. SoCal says Jake wants David Njoku because our tight ends need a lot to be desired, man, for sure. For sure. Yeah, because our guys go out there and they make plays, but against good teams, you need guys to that can, look what Travis Kelce does, man. And you're not gonna have a Travis Kelce, but you know what I mean. Just that kind of role. Bryson Parkinson was quiet yesterday, kind of surprising. Yeah, I mean, I like Parkinson, but the more I watch him play, he's not physical enough for me. Steve says, "You guys aren't buyers or sellers." We could be buyers. We're not sellers for sure. Unless you guys want Jimmy Garoppolo, he's cheaper than Brock Purdy, and he can lose the Super Bowl too. I don't know if you guys want a $65 million guy who's going to lose the Super Bowl. but yep. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate you guys coming in. We'll have more information on how. I didn't give you the information about our guy Steve Avila. Hold on. And Jonah Jackson. Sorry. Hold on. Hold on. Tonight is your night, bro. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, guys. Whoa. I see that they're online. They're asking, should Puka have been ejected? Sometimes you have to go to the rule of law, the rule of the letter of the rule, but I don't think he doesn't have that kind of reputation around the league. Here we go. I don't know why it's giving me a hard time to find what I found on my phone so quick. Hold on. I found a different link. Here we go. Use this one. All right. Rams could get 2 starting O-linemen back from IR this week versus the Dolphins for the Dolphin game. Jonah Jackson, Steve Avila were supposed to fortify the interior offensive line, but both went down with injuries in the first 2 weeks. Rams have patiently been waiting. Hold on, here we go. Stu Jackson. Sean McVay said the Rams expect us to start the 21-day practice windows for Steve Avila and Jonah Jackson this week. And so that means it can be this game, depending on how everything goes, but we'll see what happens as the week goes on. As we get to the Friday injury deadline, we'll have more of a picture of what's going on. but it sucks that our guy Havenstein is going to go out. But anyway, there it is there. So we'll get more information to you as we go. So this is very stressful. Yep. Tribe says, Rudy, we might get both Avila and Jonah Jackson back versus Miami. Yeah, that's what we talked about. The 21-day window just depends on how far along they are, because the Havenstein injury now puts maybe one of them will be able to play. Hopefully both will be good enough to play. We'll know by Friday. So we'll see what happens with this. We'll give you more information soon. We'll come back again. I'll try to come back again on Wednesday, and then we'll talk about it for Friday. I'll give you guys information about on the community post, our Twitter, YouTube community, Ramelia Sports Report community post, and the injury report, the final injury report on Friday. All right, guys, as we always say, may the Ramelia be with you. My guy Willie Bones says, Rams hosts and Ramulators, mount up. Have a great night, guys. Appreciate you guys.